We come to Japan for the future, the Blade Runner fantasy, the canyons of light in Shinjuku and Shibuya, the perfect ramen, the bullet trains. We buy the postcard and we believe it. A land of harmony and innovation, a society that just works. But what if there's a glitch in the system? Just a few subway stops from the spectacle, there's a different Japan. This is a story about that other Japan, a place you're not supposed to see, not in the guidebooks, quietly hidden in the city's shadows. Here, the city's roar fades. The air is tinged with old wood, damp concrete, and cheap sake. The buildings are low, huddled together, their facades weathered by time. This is where the forgotten live, the ones who didn't make it onto the bullet train to success. I came here not to judge, but to understand what life looks like when the safety net frays. It's easy to look away, to pretend these places don't exist, but comfort is the enemy of truth. In Japan, poverty is quieter, more hidden, tucked behind social conformity and pride. My journey begins on a crisp autumn morning, October 9th, 2025. I leave behind the frantic energy of central Tokyo, the synchronized crosswalks, and gleaming stores. With each train stop, chrome and glass give way to peeling paint and rusted shutters. The passengers grow older, their faces etched with stories. I'm heading into a ghost district where the marginalized find a fragile sense of community. This is a pilgrimage to the heart of what's real. Welcome to the other side of the neon glow. This place was once called Sanya. You won't find that name on any modern map. In the 1960s, the government erased it, renaming the sections to dilute its identity, because Sanya was Tokyo's largest slum. It was the gathering point for day laborers, the men who built the city's skyscrapers and Olympic stadiums. When the work dried up, they were left behind. Sanya became their final stop. The streets here are a grid of quiet melancholy, orderly, clean, but marked by decay. Small, one-room flophouses called doya line the streets, offering a tatami mat room for a few dollars a night. For many elderly men, this is their entire world, a self-imposed exile from a society that moved on. Vending machines sell cheap sake and beer at any hour. Bulletin boards advertise free meals and medical checkups. Men gather in parks, sharing a drink or a silent game of shogi. There's a sense of shared experience, a community forged from necessity. The history is heavy here. Labor riots, activists, decades of struggle. The erasure of Sanya was an attempt to sweep this history away. But a place is more than a name. It's the people, the stories, the memory. In these quiet streets, Sanya's memory is alive, whispered in conversations and etched into faces. The city may have tried to erase Sanya, but it endures. Here, the past is never far away. I met Kenji, a man in his late 70s, cleaning a pair of old shoes. He came to Tokyo from a northern village, worked construction for 40 years, helped build the city that now seems to have forgotten him. The body gets old, the work stops. This is life, he said, not looking for pity. His story wasn't bitter, just quietly accepting. I met a woman running a volunteer soup kitchen. She didn't want to share her name. People think we're lazy, she told me. They don't see the bad luck, the illness, the family that disappears. She gestured to the men lining up for soup. Every person here has a long story. We're not just the homeless. We're people whose stories took a wrong turn. There's dignity here, in the way an old man folds his jacket before a nap, in shared cigarettes and quiet laughter. These are not victims. They are survivors, navigating a difficult reality with grace. To reduce them to a statistic is to miss the point. Their stories share a common thread, a moment when things fell apart, a lost job, a business failure, a divorce, an illness. In a society that values conformity, a single stumble can send you spiraling out. There's little room for second chances. Here, in the city's shadows, they find acceptance, not for their failures, but for who they are. It's a harsh freedom, but it's freedom nonetheless. These faces are the true story of Sanya. They are human beings, full stop, and their stories matter. A day in Sanya starts early. Before sunrise, men line up at the welfare office hoping for a ticket to a day's labor. The work is scarce. Street cleaning, simple construction. It's a lottery. Getting picked means a day's wage. Not getting picked means another day of uncertainty. For the too old or frail, The day is about survival, finding a free meal, a clinic, a safe place to rest. Small charities run soup kitchens, offer medical outreach, and provide social connection. Without them, desperation would turn to despair. Despite hardship, moments of joy exist. A group cheering a baseball game on a tiny TV, a man playing shakuhachi in the park, a warm can of coffee on a cold day. These are flickers of light in the darkness. The slums economy is a world unto itself. Shops selling single cigarettes, half loaves of bread, instant noodles. Residents collect cans and cardboard to sell for a pittance. Every yen counts. It's a microeconomy born of necessity, sustained by ingenuity. When you have nothing, you learn to make something out of it. It's tough, but it works, day in and day out. This is daily life in Sanya. Fly into Tokyo, and you're greeted by a vision of the future. Gleaming towers, designer stores, electronic dreams. This is the Japan the world knows. Wealth, order, ambition. But this facade casts a long shadow. The contrast with Sanya is jarring, not just in wealth but in visibility. The skyscrapers are visible from the slum, standing like distant, unattainable mountains. The people in those towers and these streets inhabit the same city, but live in different universes. One world of limitless possibility, the other, limited options. Japan's social contract is powerful. Work hard, follow the rules, and you'll be cared for. But what happens when you can't? The system can be unforgiving. Shame pushes many to the margins, making poverty invisible. Is a city truly advanced if it leaves so many behind? The full story of Japan includes both grit and gloss, struggle and success. Why is this side of Japan so rarely seen? The answer is woven into Japanese culture. There's tatami, the public face, and han, the private reality. The gleaming Japan is tatami, the slums are han, hidden from view, national pride and a desire to avoid shame, keep poverty out of sight. The media rarely covers it critically, reinforcing stereotypes or ignoring it altogether. To be poor is seen as a failure to contribute to the group, a disruption to harmony. Many disappear rather than bring shame to their families. The slums are social vacuums, real, but invisible. This silence protects the nation's image, but at a cost. It prevents open discussion and perpetuates marginalization. Breaking the silence is the first step toward acknowledging the humanity within. My time in these hidden corners of Tokyo ends not in despair, but in respect. The resilience and dignity of the people here are a testament to the human spirit. They are not a problem to be solved, but people to be seen and understood. Their stories are as much a part of Japan as any temple or mountain. Real travel is about looking deeper, seeking the truth beneath the surface. It's about connecting with people, not just places. The world is complex and beautiful, and its truths aren't found on postcards. If this story moved you, learn more. Support the local charities doing the hard work. They provide meals, care, and belonging. The true heroes of this story. Supporting them sends a message. These communities are not forgotten. The world is full of unseen stories and quiet courage. My goal is to find them, share them, and invite you along. Thank you for watching and for listening.